National Institute of Fashion Technology was set up in 1986 under the aegis of the Ministry of Textiles, Government of India. It has emerged as the premier institute of design, management and technology, developing professionals for taking up leadership positions in fashion business in the emerging global scenario. NIFT has been granted statutory status under the Act of Parliament of India in 2006, empowering the institute to award degrees and other academic distinctions. The institute is a pioneer in envisioning and evolving fashion business education in the country through a network of 12 professionally managed domestic centers at New Delhi, Bengaluru, Chennai, Gandhinagar, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Mumbai, Raebareli, Bhopal, Kannur, Patna and Shillong. NIFT has further spread its wings globally with the opening of an international center at Mauritius. NIFT has set academic standards and excelled in thought leadership by providing a pool of creative genius and technically competent professionals. The institute provides a common platform for fashion education, research and training.
The Bachelor of Fashion Technology program is a 4-year undergraduate program where the students come to us having done a science course in +2 level, that's with physics, chemistry and maths. The program is not an engineering course but one which emphasizes on the creative application of technology for the apparel industry. This year, our students have undertaken projects in varying fields, from development of training modules to conducting training modules themselves, from setting up benchmarking parameters to the development of softwares for different front-end and back-end applications in the industry. The projects have been eye-openers for the students as well as members of the department, and I'm sure they will be for the industry as well. For the batch of 2010 from the DFT department, all the best for a very bright future.
Today, many companies find it unviable to have their own manufacturing, so they prefer to get the production done through vendors executing production at various locations. So the biggest challenge these companies face is the governance of the engaged vendors. The main objective of our research is to minimize human emotion and political positioning in order to arrive at a sourcing decision that is in the best interest of the company.
To do this, we have developed a new vendor evaluation format, evaluated the existing vendors, formed a consolidated vendor evaluation matrix, developed a way to build new vendors into the existing vendor evaluation matrix, suggested the ways of vendor improvement, and then drafted a sourcing technique based on the objectivity.
The main objective of my project was to remove subjectivity and bring in more objectivity in vendor evaluation. This project helped in identifying the top vendors across each product category and also in highlighting the strengths and weaknesses of all the vendors across all the categories. This will eventually help in correlating the needs of the order with the individual strength of the vendors, and finally trim sourcing will become problem-free for the company.
In today's competitive scenario of apparel production, quality plays an important role in every company's survival in the industry. Quality is often measured in terms of number but never in terms of cost. Every company spends huge amounts in quality setups but rarely does it understand the economies of scale of its own setup. Measuring quality in terms of cost in our industry is not very prevalent.
So the methodology of our project included implementation of a data collection format that was actually filled by the quality checker himself. Now this format told us the types of defects that are occurring and their frequency, so that when we later on assimilate it, we can actually isolate the most costliest defect. And the end reports were generated in terms of production data, quality data and customer feedback data.
The objectives of our project was to identify defects in the printing and embroidery department and to implement corrective measures. To achieve the objective, we did the thorough study of the respective departments, that is embroidery and printing, and identified defects.
The study was done by collection of data and calculating the defect-specific RTY. The RTY is an indicator of the probability that a piece going into the process will come out defect-free. After finding the critical defects, corrective measures were applied and post-implementation data was collected to see the success of the implementation.
The objective of the project was to develop a vendor evaluation portfolio for the company. To accomplish the same, a list of parameters was made for evaluating the vendor and grading them as per their total scoring obtained. Vendor portfolio is important as it can reduce cost, improve quality and delivery performance for the company. The key performance indicators measures clearly the strength and weaknesses of each vendor, thus giving low rating vendors sufficient time to improve and level up the standards required by the buyer.
For garment industry, energy is a significant component of operating cost, which is 10% of total cost. The objective of our project is to design and implement models for energy efficiency, water management and alternate sources of energy. Lighting layout was improved. White LED needle lights were installed to achieve the required illumination. Ironing process was improved by reducing steam wastage.
A computer application was developed for energy accounting. A feasibility study was done to ascertain the use of solar energy as an alternate source for water heating and boiling. A wastewater recycling plant is in the process of being set up, which can reduce the water footprint of the organization. The suggestions which have been implemented can help in reducing the energy cost of any garment manufacturing unit considerably.
In the current ever-changing scenario of the apparel industry, it's utterly important for an organization to streamline its processes. And a very important tool for the same is an effective and well-implemented enterprise resource planning system in place. My project is implementation of an ERP system in an organization by first customizing it to better suit it to the needs and then implementing it by training the people concerned. The result of my project implementation was a much more smoother and organized working and powerful checks and controls of the management on the processes in the organization.
Measurement leads to control and control leads to improvement. Something which is not being measured can never be managed, and keeping this principle in mind has been developed my project Be Smart, the self-measuring and rating tool which aims to cater to the lack of performance measurement parameters and absence of standardization in our apparel industry. This self-assessment and benchmarking tool aims to enable clothing manufacturers to measure where they are and also to analyze where in which areas there exists a scope for improvement potential to find out what is the international best, customized reports, lean and green indexes, case study analysis, managerial assessment forms and much more has been put together in this online tool which has been sponsored by GTZ, is user-friendly and is absolutely free.
Increased customer interest and competitive labor markets have been pushing businesses towards corporate social responsibility, the global apparel industry being no exception. The objective of this project is to identify the attitude of apparel suppliers towards a retailer code of conduct and their initiatives beyond the code towards CSR. For the same, a survey of 14 companies, garment and accessory suppliers was carried out, the result of which indicate a low level of social responsibility, lack of strategy, and the inability to differentiate between philanthropy, social responsibility and compliance was also observed. In this context, it becomes important to measure, quantify and evaluate efforts. In this context, it is important to evaluate, quantify and measure efforts in order to link people, profit and planet. Lastly, it is crucial for the Indian garment export industry to realize the diverse benefits of CSR and the competitive advantage that it can gain over other international apparel sourcing markets through CSR.
In garment industry, meeting daily production target is most important, and Indian garment industry are unable to compete with international standards.
The project was aimed to increase the productivity of the sewing floor. The methodology incorporated was study a particular line, suggest improvement, reduce the time taken amount spent, and hence increase the productivity.
As a result, it brings down the picture of productivity changes in that organization, and these productivity changes are recorded for the beneficial of that organization.
Management of inventory is an important and potentially complex function in any manufacturing company. The objective of our project was to restructure the inventory management procedure through the following.
Understanding the problems faced by the organization and coming up with corrective measures for the same. Customization of the already purchased ERP software. Proposal of improved physical inventory management system through rearrangement of rack and dust stock. Devising of a system for identification of bestseller for any given season.
The objective of our project was thus successfully accomplished with consent and appreciation from the management.
Over the years, a growing need was felt for a supply chain efficiency measuring tool. 5 years ago, this tool was developed. Over the 5 years, there were students who were collecting data and conducting this project so that they can measure the efficiency of different companies. The whole process was slow, tedious, and the calculation was very cumbersome. So I thought, why not have a software, a computerized version of the tool itself, which could probably speed up the whole process. Also, there was very little chance of human error. And we have data as well, which can be used later to improve the tool itself and create a ranking system where different companies will be ranked as per the efficiency of their supply chain.
NIFT and garment industry are inseparable. I would say that the NIFT is lifeline of garment industry. In fact, I have been associated with NIFT for more than 2 decades. I feel this thing very rejuvenated when I come to NIFT. It gives some sort of fresh air, fresh kind of ideas, creative kind of a mind. This is what I get from NIFT when I come to NIFT. The Department of Technology, fashion technology, I have been associated with them as well for a long time. The faculty is amazing. The student intake is also very, very nice. It's bright students, the students which they come from the various kinds of background is really amazing, and this is what the industry needs. And definitely I feel that the future of the garment industry is in a safe hand, and NIFT is shaping up that future.
The job of the supervisor is one of the most neglected area in apparel industry. Our objective was to develop games for supervisor training, since lecture method might not be suitable for them, keeping in mind their education qualification.
The game-based training module was endorsed by 39 supervisors across 6 companies, and it was well received by the supervisors as well as the higher management of the industry.
Go green is the mantra every company seems to be following right now. Reducing the carbon footprint of any manufacturing process or a manufactured product is one of the major concerns. You cannot reduce what you cannot measure. The software tries to calculate the carbon footprint generated in the production of any garment style. The software takes into account the SAM or the cycle time of all the processes involved and the corresponding fuel or electrical consumption, and attributes it to per unit garment. The end figure achieved is in grams of carbon emitted. The software can be used for labeling of garment products, for benchmarking of various manufacturing units, or for identifying potential areas of reduction.
This project has been developed with a primary objective of developing a computerized planner which can plan for a number of styles for sewing flow in each section. Also, it has a secondary objective of giving a tentative schedule of cutting and finishing flow. The methodology that we have used is fairly basic SDLC cycle, and we have sectionalized our software in 3 parts. First is the input, second is the planning board, and third is the output.
Now in the input section, the planner has to input all the necessary details about the company and the order. And then he will move on to the planning board, where he can perform the following functions like checking the sewing capacity problem and balancing the actual and the asking rate by manipulating the number of operators and line to optimize the operator utilization in each flow. Finally, the software develops the following output charts, namely the utilization chart, the sewing, cutting and finishing plan of the individual styles.
The project that I have done is gap analysis of casual women's wear in retail sector for product enhancement. Gap analysis basically means what we are and where we want to be in future. So the basic objective of my project was to find these gaps and fulfill these gaps. In order to do so, first in-depth research was done of the research brand, and then a market research was done for 11 brands, followed by a consumer survey of 200 sample size. The data collected from all this was used to plan a merchandise mix. In merchandise mix, attributes like size, color, fit and fabric was considered. Fashion forecasting was also done for spring 2011, and thus I came to an end by planning a merchandise mix.
In the present world of retail marketing, the role of a salesman or salespeople has become very important, because a good team of salesmen can easily increase the profit of a store or a mall. Therefore, any big shop, a store or a mall can increase its revenue with the help of a good salesman. My project was to design a training module for enhancing the product knowledge of customer care associates for suits and blazers in order to standardize the service throughout along with customer satisfaction. Henceforth, I designed a training module and conducted the training across 7 cities in India for 21 stores.
The production capacities in the garment industry has increased tremendously over the last decade.
The complex interplay of demand and supply creates enormous pressure on the garment industry to perform. These garment industries need to look at certain critical factors. These critical factors were first analyzed and then rated by an online tool. This online tool used virtual benchmarking as a technique. The tool compares these companies to various other companies using virtual best and virtual average companies. All companies which were benchmarked were told about their strengths and their weaknesses and the scope for improvement. As the benchmark database increases and more companies participate, it develops a huge financial value.
The objective of my project is reduction of sampling lead time. The methodology followed over here is understanding and analyzing the processes involved in sampling, identification of delay causing factors via in-depth interviews, observations, follow-up of few styles throughout the development process, and analysis of historic data. Study of time consumed at each stage and time slack between the processes, follow-up of planning involved in sampling, to find possible solutions and suggestions for the removal of delay causing factors and implementations wherever feasible. The following are the implementation that are done in the sampling department: development of SOP for the sampling department, implementation of new layout, implementation of IFS in the fabric and trim storage area, and rating of buyers for the proper prioritization of samples. Due to the following implementation, a reduction in samples that were laid by 3 days or more than 3 days was observed in the month of April.
Our graduation project, entitled Quality Improvement through Six Sigma and its software application, follows a 5-step process: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. In the first stage, we defined the customer and the customer requirements. In the next stage, we found out the prevalent DHU levels of the organization of each department. Next, we found out the most frequently occurring defects department-wise.
Then, the root cause for these defects, which contribute the most to their occurrence, were identified and the solutions for the same were developed. At the final stage, a software application called Sigma Track was developed to monitor the current DHU and Sigma levels of the company. This software application has 2 functions: data entry and report generation. This software helps the organization in monitoring the ever-changing quality levels and analysis of defects.
Indian apparel industry is facing acute manpower shortage these days. SEAM is a skill development initiative meant to employ rural BPL youth of India. The first aspect of our project was to set up a training center in Jharkhand. So we have done layout planning, mobilization, selection of candidates, development of modules, and implementation of customized training.
The second aspect of the project was customized sewing machine operator training. It is a new approach towards operator training that directly focuses towards meeting the requirements of the company in which the operators would be placed. The methodology followed for the project was developing a new module based on the analysis of the existing module and the industry feedback. The findings from the project were that it helps in the efficiency buildup of the operators and hence flexible shop floor balancing.
The objective of the project was the upgradation of the product grade of suits for the season Autumn-Winter 2010. A product grade is basically a template which dictates the composition of the coming range for a particular season. For this, the various consumer preferences regarding suits had to be ascertained. This was done by conducting a market survey of 400 consumers who bought suits in the month of February, March and April 2010. The findings from these questionnaires were used to upgrade the existing product grade and also to add some more parameters like number of bends, number of sleeve buttons, type of labels, etc. Thus, the final proposed grade was not only more extensive in nature but also according to the latest consumer trends.
I worked on enhancing the buying behavior and improvising service at Planet Fashion stores. The objectives of my project were to find out the buying behavior or preference of Planet Fashion customers and to find out the competitors of Planet Fashion on the basis of merchandise mix, price points and customer point of view. In order to achieve the objectives, I conducted a survey through the medium of customer interviews. Through the survey, I was able to find out the traits of Planet Fashion customers. On the basis of the SWOT analysis and demands of the customers, I recommended firstly a loyalty card program in order to enhance the customer loyalty. My second suggestion was to improve the visual merchandising and display of the stores. My third suggestion was to improve the customer service by providing a service of home delivery after alteration.
Remake and alterations are the major reasons of delay these days in a sampling unit. Around 20% of the total output results in some processes of remake and alterations. My project is to reduce the number of remakes and this will deliver into a faster product and reduced sampling costs.
The Master of Fashion Technology program is a 2-year program where we get engineers from various specializations like textile, apparel, mechanical, IT software, etc. The idea of the program is use the technical skill that the students already possess and strengthen them in the area of apparel manufacturing. The research project undertaken by students help them research of garment manufacturing which till now lacked research or those which need immediate attention to make the organization perform better.
I've worked upon project waste minimization in production process. Reducing waste has always been the aim for the garment manufacturer to increase the bottom line profitability. I've segregated my objective in 4 parts. Fabric store has a excess inventory problem. For this, stock analysis report has been made and developed a SOP for it. In the cutting department, the width loss and the no records for end-bits were the problem. For this, format has been made to resolve the issues. In the sewing department, the waiting time and the inventory was the problem. For this, the skill matrix has been developed that will help in the line balancing. And in the finishing flow, tracking format has been made that will help the issue of the missing pieces.
The research project Impact of Fast Fashion on Quality, Productivity and CSR issues aim to find out how the fast fashion is influencing the quality of the merchandise, production and productivity spaces, and also CSR issues like minimum wages, overtime and other factors. As the lead times are increasing and suppliers' delivery ratios are increasing, suppliers find it out increasingly difficult to comply with the quality standards, and also productivity and production spaces are being lost. The main research findings are that almost 40% of the production in the fast fashion is being done at the subcontracting sites. DHU level of the fast fashion are increasingly more in comparison to the non-fast fashion. DHU level in fast fashion is 38 to 44 and in non-fast fashion it is around 28 to 36. Also the percentage effective in case of non-fast fashion is in 90% more in case of the fast fashion. Again, coming to the in 6% cases it is equal, in 4% cases it is less than the non-fast fashion.
In this project, I have calculated the technology index of the company, which gives an idea on the levels of technology existing in the company. Then I have calculated the return on investment for basic and advanced level for every department. The outcome of the project is when we use the basic technology, the return on investment for first year of the company comes out to be 28%, while using the advanced technology, the ROI comes out to be 132%.
I have worked on fabric inspection system and development of a defect identification library. Aim of the project is to design and implement a new fabric inspection procedure and develop a fabric defect identification library. The company has 2 brands. The quality requirements of both brands are different due to their price points. So the company wants to revise the inspection procedure of their low price brand. For this, quality manuals of various national and international brands were studied and a customer survey was conducted. The outcome of the project is a revised quality manual with a customized fabric inspection procedure which will meet the requirements of the company, and an exhaustive defect identification library which will act as a guideline for all the QA personnel during inspection of the fabric.
Indian garment industry is a semi-organized entity. Still 76% of work is happening in the semi-organized sector with low production capacities and low productivity. If you see the productivity in NCR is observed to be 8 pieces per worker, which is very less compared to the other Asian countries. So I have taken up the project titled Production Capacity Assessment and Productivity Enhancement for the European Fashion Buyer. Production capacity assessment is help the buyer to see the capability of supplier, whether they can be able to reach the lead times or not. And productivity enhancement, I have implemented single piece flow, which is given 10% improvement in the productivity, and also 4 workers have reduced from the line. And also implemented incentive plan, which has given the positive results, which has increased 5% in productivity, and it has also improved the wage rate of the workers in the same 8 hours of work.
The project was done with the European fashion buyer. The buyer was placing orders with suppliers without any capacity assessment. This led to delayed order deliveries and garment outsourcing. Capacity assessment helped buyers decide which orders to be placed with what suppliers according to the quantities they can process. Also, manpower rationalization was done based on the sewing capacity. Manpower rationalization gave a reduction of 15, 7, 12 workers with a cost saving of
24, 35 and 42% respectively for 3 different suppliers.
The Lean Research Center in UK indicates that in a manufacturing firm, if we do the breakup of various activities, the value-added activities are 5%, necessary non-value-added activities are 35%, and non-value-added activities are 60%. So we can work on the elimination of the 60% of the non-value-added activities, and thus, based on that, I developed my project concept, which was waste identification and reduction through value stream mapping. This was basically done in cutting and sewing. In cutting, it was observed that there was a lot of idle time for the spreading and cutting table, which was around 2.0057 hours, which was reduced by implementing a format of hourly table status report, and later it came to 1.12 hours. Now again in the cutting, it was shown that there was no proper system for the placement of end bit, marker and fabric, and even the cut panels. So for that, the basics of the 5 A's were used, and we developed a system for putting and storing them. So later it happened that for end bit storage time was reduced from 16 minutes to 5 minutes. The marker search time was reduced from 3.87 to 1.87 minutes. And the cutting system was became more proper. Now when we moved to the sewing, it was observed that in sewing there was no strict follow of the bundle systems. There was a lot of transportation waste of the operator. So for that, a sewing instruction was developed for the operator, and because of which the strict bundle system was being followed, and the efficiency rise took place from 9.6 to 9.62%. And even the operator movement, which was earlier 38, was reduced to 7. So it can be said that a better proactive approach, a better micro level planning, and the basics of the 5 A's can be used to reduce the non-value activities in a firm.
My findings are reduction in supply chain from 13 week to 10 week. The inventory kept at the retailer end has to be reduced from 6 weeks to 3 weeks. The OTB has to be made by the analysis of last 2 months sales data, and it should also involve sales personnel too. My conclusion is that merchandise assortment plan is a continuous process, and it has to be regularly updated after 4 months.
The aim of the research project was to develop an ERP solution which is not available in the market of this kind. This is basically the order allocation module. You can say this is the order allocation module which can help the suppliers, which can help the buying office, or which can help the various liaison office to allocate the orders to the various vendors. Suppose this module was used by one of the supplier which is already having near about 150 all over the vendors all over India. So you just need to enter some of the data of the suppliers. The supplier need to log in and to enter the data, and on the basis of those various parameters, we can allocate the orders to the respective vendors. So I can say the 4-5 parameters are the machinery available, the type of skill level or the lead time, the quantity, the type of quality which is available at the supplier base. So this helps in the, you can say, improvement in the vendor-buyer relationship, which leads in the better allocation both for the orders and for the vendors. So in the end, I can conclude on the basis of various parameters, we are judging we have to judge the suppliers on the basis of various parameters. So these parameters are hypothetically judged on the various levels of assessment, you can say the grading or the assessment kind of thing. So this can help in the better allocation of the orders to the various suppliers in the geographically isolated areas, or you can say all over the globe.
Due to growing competition market, the export-oriented garment manufacturers are facing stiff problem of efficient manufacturing. With the current trend of small quantity orders with different models, there is a urgent need for efficient system of production. So there is a huge scope of improvement in the production processes. Now this project was basically aimed to simplify the process, to break them into more simplified form, so that this setup can easily produce and diversified design with different models. Now the basic concept that we applied were reduction material handling, eliminative excessive movements, workstation redesign, method improvements, and ergonomic considerations. After the application of all these concepts, the production of the company has improved. The production has grown by 11%. The operation have been simplified. The ergonomic considerations regarding human have been taken care of. The collar section has been made modular.
Due to inconsistent WIP, any production unit can face the problem of low productivity, which also leads to overtime working. The bottleneck caused in critical operations affects productivity. It has been observed that a buffer of garments between the operations, that is work in progress, helps to overcome these delays. But then question arises, to what extent WIP and input-output operator absenteeism and line efficiency are correlated to each other. The objective of this project is to determine the factor responsible for inconsistent WIP. The final conclusion of this project is there is no direct and significant correlation between WIP and various factors affecting it, that is input, output, line efficiency and operator absenteeism. Absenteeism only beyond 14% found to have adverse effect on output. Inconsistent input, inconsistent output and extra number of operators can be accounted for non-establishment of direct and significant correlation between WIP and various factors affecting it.
First of all, I analyzed the whole workflow of the industry, and after that it was found that two work areas. First is extra fabric procurement, and second is PCD delay, that is plant cut date delay. The major reason found behind extra fabric procurement was majorly because of the sewing floor rejection, and behind that sewing floor rejection it was found that the major operator skills problem, and then some feedback is given to the IE department to analyze those data and to rectify the problem. Then I changed the methodology of the industry, and after implementation it was found that the rejection percentage due to operator skill, it was reduced from 19.5% to 7.8%. Secondly, in plant cut date delay, it was majorly because of the fabric in-house, fabric bulk in-house, and the whole process of the fabric procurement process, it was redesigned, and after redesigning the process, it was observed from the delay from 19.5 days is reduced by 5 days, and the overall percentage in which the delay was reduced, that is 74.6%.
The research project Process Enhancement in Jacket Sewing Line through Kaizen implementation aims to find the non-productive work, in which I mainly focused on the work handling, material handling and the workstation improvement. In material handling, I have done most of the work in different sections. By implementation of Kaizen, we can change the way of thinking of employees and the work culture, and itself means that the Kaizen means is a change for the good, and it does not require high capital and fine expertise too. The conclusion and the result after implementation of Kaizen was that after implementation in different sections was coming out to be around 252 minutes per day, and the cost that was company saving was 83 rupees per day.
The project Merchandise Planning for Value Retailing aims to maximize the return on investment through planning sales and inventory in order to increase the profitability. I did customer survey and the previous sales data analysis for knowing where the trend is going. I found that the 25% formal, 26% casual and 49% youth category of product should be in store. I also planned the price range, size, color and the product contribution. The planning should be changed in each season, because the merchandise selling today, it might be tomorrow not.
India is renowned for its embroidery and needlework all over the world. In NCR region, all the garments which are produced are highly embellished and value added. But these garments are being produced in various localities all over the NCR region. So the skill categorization of all the karigars which produce these type of garments and the capacity calculation becomes a very important issue. The skill categorization basically depends on 5 parameters. First, the number of stitches, number of trims, the experience, the time required to produce one piece and the number of threads which they take. The skill, after the categorization, 240 samples were taken for data analysis, and it was found that 10% were highly skilled, 72.5% were skilled and 17.5% were semi-skilled karigars. The capacity calculation was also done on the basis of skill categorization, the order quantity which was placed in these localities and the number of karigars which were present in these localities.
Being an alumni, I can say NIFT is offering very industry-oriented programs. Students get an opportunity to get trained themselves to handle real world when they go out to handle jobs. And again, as an alumni, I can say that my success goes because of NIFT only.
The key strength of garment industry in NCR region lies with the embroidery and embellishment work. And in today's competitive world, the garment industry is facing the problem regarding the compression from all the directions regarding the costing. So there is a need generated to regularize and standardize the costing of the needlework or embroidery. During this project, it has been found that the costing of the embroidery work doesn't only depends on the time taken to complete one piece, but also depends on the transportation costs, material handling costs, and the local distribution cost. And it has been found that the proper selection of the locality can reduce the cost by 50 paisa per piece. Also, the standardization of the cost on the basis of minimum wages can upgrade the living standards of the workers to a substantial margin.
Getting a defect-free product is no longer seen as competitive advantage, but simply a requirement to market. What is more important is to deliver new products faster and on time, as it is a fast fashion trend. Fast fashion offers shorter lead times, where supplier often had difficulty in meeting order timelines. To look into this, it was decided to develop a case study to determine the cost implication of delays in deliveries on fast fashion suppliers. The follow-up for 5 orders has been taken, right from order placement to order shipment. The major causes of delays were identified, and the cost implication of each delays were calculated. The study depicted that the supplier had faced reduction in markups and profit due to these delays. The reduction in markups and profits of suppliers due to delays ranges from 1% to 101%, which means that supplier has often bear losses. This study may help supplier to get insight of delays and prevent unwanted losses.
I have worked on effectiveness of pre-employment test for the sewing machine operator. For that, I have conducted different 5 tests in different industries. For conclusion of that, actual sewing performance is not correlated with the pre-employment test results. And second one is these pre-employment test results work and serve as guidelines and help to recruit the applicants suitable for job.
In the present industry scenario, the sourcing cycle has shrank dramatically. To execute a short sourcing cycle, either there is a need to put the order in the high capacity vendors, or might be there is a need of the operation outsourcing. For example, 76% of the total work still happen in the unorganized sector in NCR region. So I have developed a roadmap. By that, the capability rating and the capacity calculation has been done for 54 numbers of stitching subcontractors. Here, the capability means the total proficiency of technological and compliance aspects. At the same time, the one quantitative tool has been developed. By that, the amount of capacity need to be outsourced can be calculated for execution of particular order.
The aim of my research project was waste reduction through value stream mapping in apparel retail warehouse. It include making of the current value stream map as well as the future value stream mapping of the apparel retail warehouse. During research project, I was identified as the defect wastage, over processing wastage, and the inventory wastage, which are the 3 out of the 7 wastages in lane retail. The waste, the calculation of the waste in terms of the cost and the money. After making the future value stream map and taking the trial of that, the over processing time reduces by the 79%, over processing cost reduces by the 80%, and the defect cost and time reduces by the 46%.
My project is related to apparel industry, that is analysis of sales performance and estimation of future sales. For the analysis, I have taken pre-sales data of 6 months and analyzed that 40% to 60% sales increase in festival season. The t-shirt is having highest sales from other categories, and most of the garments sales in the market are of average pricing. From the analysis and attributes as number of stores, area of store, in festival, I have founded a forecasting sheet, that is future sales estimation sheet, that gives sales target, and that is helpful in making our production plan, finance plan, inventory management plan without firefighting. And from the benefit of the forecasting sheet, I have designed the inventory management plan, that is OTB sheet, that gives the optimum level of stock requirement, that the quantity we have to order to the vendor or the manufacturer so that we can reach our sales target.
The model I am following is SCR model, which was devised for exporter manufacturer. While I am working with a domestic brand, which is manufacturer retailer, so there were a lot of improvisations needed. Now the whole project is divided into 4 parts, that is source, plan, make and deliver. And each these domains are again having subheadings like procurement unit cost, inward material quality, on-time shipment. They are checking different parameters of key performance indicators. Findings were that the areas like adherence to production target or timely material inward quality were above average and they got 90% of the KPI values, while the backlog were lying on the quality issues, the quality capability of the company. So suggestions were given to the company, to the production areas, especially to the quality department, so that the values could be raised. All the problems were rectified using cause and effect diagrams, and so a complete new set of model was made, basically only for manufacturer retailer, having a base of SUR model.
The objective is to identify the external factors which affect Ethiopian garment industries. The methodology followed in this research is literature survey, data collection, then analysis of the data and conclusion. In the research, it has been found out that the main factors which affect export competitiveness of Ethiopian garment industries are lack of inputs, lack of infrastructures, and insufficient utilization of preferential market access. To explain some of these findings, 60% of the respondents replied lack of input to the garment industries are the main causes which affect the competitiveness of Ethiopian garment industries, and 85% of the respondents stressed that export competitiveness of Ethiopian garment industries is mainly affected by lack of port facilities, whereas inefficient utilization of preferential market access is stressed by 67% of the respondents, while the remaining 78% of the respondents suggest that the infrastructural challenges like telecommunication and internet facilities are the main problems which affect export performance of Ethiopian garment industries. In general, export competitiveness of garment industries are affected by main external factors which are lack of port facilities, infrastructural challenges, inefficient utilization of preferential market access, and lack of inputs which are raw materials and accessories in the country.
The project title was Organizational Factors Affecting Ethiopian Garment Industries. The main objective of the research was to identify internal problems and find out solutions. Technology, quality, and operator skill among the internal factors have been analyzed using quantitative techniques, but the rest have been analyzed using qualitative techniques. From the result of the study, it has been found that Ethiopian garment industries have recorded below average technology and quality index, but they have satisfactory operator skills. And from qualitative analysis, it has been found that garment industries in Ethiopia were not having PPC, merchandising, and sampling departments. Therefore, the Ethiopian garment industries were having vast and deep problems. To solve their problems, it has been recommended in the study to implement a comprehensive improvement tools. For these proof or practical programs in revolutions in factories were selected as best tool to solve Ethiopian garment industries.
The research focused on establishing efficient vendor evaluation framework from buyer's perspective. The need of the project was to increase enterprise effectiveness and hence its competitiveness in the garment market. For that purpose, a vendor evaluation framework was proposed containing different parameters and subparameters. On the basis of that vendor evaluation framework, vendors were evaluated and categorized under 5 categories, namely strong positive, promising, caution, and strong negative. It can be concluded that the vendors can be selected on the basis of the overall score they have scored in the vendor evaluation framework that has been proposed. This evaluation framework helps the buyer to make evaluation easy to understand from the evaluator perspective, and less time consuming.
Cervicogenic headache is a special kind of headache that occurs in any part of the head due to abnormalities in the spine. I basically conducted this experiment on a patient base of 30 patients done in Max Hospital, Saket, wherein I divided the patients in a group of 3 of 10 patients each. Group 1 received chiropactic treatment, Group 2 received cervical support pillows along with chiropactic treatment, and Group 3 received only cervical support pillows. I found that I'd done this experiment over a period of 3 to 4 months. I found that the group which received cervical support pillows along with chiropactic treatment gave us the best result. The second best result was given by the group which received only chiropactic treatment, and the third result as far as performance analysis is concerned was given by the group which received only cervical support pillows.
In our garment industry, there are many problems of quality as well as shipment delay. So
I found that DHU was the main reason in the shipment delay as well as in the quality. So I worked on the DHU in the swing line in one of the garment industry.
Project is the problem analysis during the order execution at production stage, which is done with the Noida-based export house, which is going through some operational problems related to quality issues and the rework and the overbooking related problems. So to analyze these problems, I have just identified the 4 critical problems during from the fabric store to sewing rooms, and I have analyzed those 4 problems with the help of the 4 styles. Those problems, first fabric rejections was up to the 7.77%, and the second cut part change analysis in the cuttings was the 6.85%, and the third one problems was the overbookings, which was up to the 19.45%, and the last one problem was that rework, that was the 20%. So with the help of the some implementation in these departments, I have just reduced these problems up to the some level.
The aim of the project is to revise the product quality rating system. The company has its existing product quality rating system, and each and every garment has to pass through the rating system. However, they wanted it to align it to customer expectations. The findings are, or the parameters are not exhaustive, and all are given equal weightages. The work done on the project is the customer survey and references from textbooks and various quality manuals. And finally, the list of exhaustive parameters have been suggested, and weightages are all assigned to them.
I was working on my project in defining the attribute of swing operator. It was a common perception that 30% benchmarking needle times for any swing operations in the whole world for 6 exercises done by a skilled operator. I was found my studies needle times comes around 60%. It was common perception that acceleration should be slower and de-acceleration should be faster for an experienced operator. But I found that my studies, this attribute is not true. From my studies, I found that men's swing speed different for different exercises, and where number of brush less swing speed is higher.
Tech pack is necessary for any apparel retail industry so as to make the garment in a bulk. So the tech pack should have all the necessary technical and merchandising information so as the vendor to make the garment without any delay and any redundancy or discrepancy. Many of the garment industry is still now following the manual and conventional spreadsheet preparation of the tech pack. The objective of the project is to standardize, streamlines and the data management with the help of tech pack development software. The software helps us to standardize the process and layout of the tech pack, and hence the data management also is possible. The software has been developed and implemented for various ranges of product in the industry. As a conclusion, it is saying that the software has been tested and viable for the industry application and is compatible for the industry use.
In any business, supply chain is a significant driver and warehouse processing plays a major role in it. The order delivery cycle time has to be reduced to achieve the target within time, and the new process has to be implemented to improve the efficiency of the processes. By the time and motion study, the area of improvement has been identified, and by the rearrangement of warehouse using the 5S tools makes the goods delivery on time, and the new process implementation improves the efficiency of the processes. It has been found that the 25 to 30% efficiency has been increased, and the goods delivery is increased by 1800 pieces per day. So overall, the cost saving in all the processes makes around 48,000 rupees saving in per month, and these all changes makes the goods delivery on time, reduction in process time and waiting time, and reaching the target closely, which ultimately results in delivering the goods to the retail store on time.
NIFT has done a great service to this industry. It has brought professionalism and a work culture which was missing in this industry. The students, the kind of students which are coming, they are properly trained, educated, and come from a background which they're intelligent, and whatever they come and they learn from the institute and they come back and apply to the workplace, this has helped industry to reach to a global standard. I'm sure the NIFT is still very relevant and the future relevance will even increase. So I wish them all the best for that and keep on working on this, supporting the industry, and industry will do on its part whatever is required to support this Institute of Excellence